Right, farmers, it's Monday the 27th of February and we're back with some mods. So first up, we've got Medium Farmhouse. This is by Raider, 15.43 megabyte on the download. You're going to find it in the construction menu and, as you can imagine, under farmhouses. So we'll scroll along to find it. There it is, 45 grand to place down. You can't go inside, but it does look nice though. I mean, you've got your sleep trigger at the front there. You can come around the side like that, and then you've got your wardrobe trigger there. I like the balcony with the glass, walls? We'll call them walls anyway. And going up the steps as well. That's ace. Little perspex on the go. Yeah, I like that. Need somewhere to sleep for the night. Very nice. Right, next up is Pack of 5 Rustic Machine Sheds. This is by Rockhound, 45.49 megabyte on the download. And I'm going to say, the 5 of them together, they're huge. They really are. Dear, oh dear. Right, you're going to find these in a couple of different places. So the first one is going to be under sheds. So we'll scroll along to find that one. There it is, 80 grand. And obviously that's just going to be your standard shed. The second one will then come into silos. So we're going to there like that. We'll scroll along for that one. There it is. 285 grand. 50 million litres. Fair enough. Obviously, all the sheds are the same in this back. You just got a little bit extras on the back of them. But that one, 50 million. All right, fair enough. Then we'll come down to this one. We want to come into containers. Got that one there. 98 grand. Large rustic shed with diesel storage. We'll then move on to the next one, which is going to be under tools. And that's going to be that one there. 96 grand. Large rustic shed with diesel fuel tank, pump, whatever you want to call it. Then we've got this one on the end, which is going to be with a workshop. Now, I will say, you're probably going to want to flatten the land down a little. And I'll show you what I mean when we get a bit further around. But obviously, you've got a nice lean-to part on the side there. Open that up like that. Oh, nearly hit myself in the face. Dear, oh dear. So you've got your side doors on the end like that. And then we'll spin around and we'll come over here. Because these are ace. So you got your lights turning on. Like that would be. Turns the lights on. Although, is that the outside lights? That's it. Let's put the help menu on actually. That'd be a lot easier. Right, so turn outside lights on. Right, there's the outside lights. Fair enough. Then come to this one. Got inside lights. That's better. Just like that. And then we'll come down to this one. And this is ace. This is for the roof skylights. Turn that on. Or open them even. Oh, look at that. That's ace. Now, obviously we'll carry on with how big they are. Because when you get... when the land's not at that level, it does seem to float in the air a little. The rest of the sheds are the same. But yeah, that might be a bit of an issue. So maybe just flatten the ground before you get there. Obviously, this one with a silo, you've got your load in and load out points there. Again, a little buried, probably because of the land, how it's not flat. And we'll come around and we've got this one here, got the diesel storage tank on the end. Again, all 5 of the sheds inside are the same. So you come up to that like that, and you can fill it up by this spanner. So that's going to hold 150. That's not 150, that's 1.5 million litres of diesel. 2 million that's going to cost you. 1.5 million litres. Obviously, fill your vehicle up from there. That's ace. Again, as we get further down, although this one might be alright because we placed it first. Yeah, that one's alright. And then we get down to this one. Yeah, it's buried into the ground because we placed that one first. So just, if you're putting a couple of these down, just bear that in mind. Because that might be a bit of an issue. Although, what's that charging? 69. Nice. Dear, oh dear. Then we'll come down to this one. The workshop at the end. You can see it there. Look, floating in the air. So just bear that in mind. Obviously, pull your vehicle in the hatch marking area. Hit the spanner. Fair enough. Big? Yes. So be careful where you're placing them down. But, I mean, the diesel tank. 1.5 million litres on that. 50 million litres on the silo at the back. And you've got the opening roof lights. Oh, very nice. Right, next up is Garage for Machines. This is by VN11.0, 9.33 megabyte on the download. You're going to find it in the construction menu and under buildings and sheds. So we'll scroll along to find it. There we are, gone too far. 45 grand. Obviously, it's a building. It's a shed, whatever you want to call it. So open those up. Bit of a small one there. Opening door on the side like that. We'll come out, we'll open up these two doors just like that. There we are. So obviously, again, a bit more storage on the go. Well, that being said, can you get up that ladder? Let's have a look. Can't pick it up. We'll have a bit of a... we'll try to have a bit of a jump up the ladder. I think that's just for decoration. All right, fair enough. And we'll come around here and we'll open up these two doors like that. And there you are, a bit more storage. I mean, does those light switch work? Yes, they do. Turn them on. Oh, I like that. I mean, you're not going to get massive pieces of equipment in there, mind you, but very nice. Alright, next up is VDI Sheds. This is by Vertex Design, 5.4 megabyte on the download. You're going to find these two in the construction menu, and as you can imagine, under sheds. So we're going to scroll along to find them. There you are, I've got these two. So the first one there is 57.5 grand, and then the second one is this one here, 60.5 grand. And to be fair, they look the same. I mean, they look great, mind you. Nice bit of space underneath. Probably need to watch out. You got something really tall on that front part, but yeah, I mean, you go for whichever one you want. They both look great. I mean, next up is Cow Husbandry Pack. This is by Lancy Boy, 31.52 megabyte on the download. You're going to find these two in the construction menu, and as you can imagine, under animals. So we've got two versions here. So the first one is this one here, cow barn with open grass field, and it's going to cost you 250 grand. It's going to hold 200 cows. Then we then got the barn version. It's going to hold 125 cows, but going to save you 50 grand. It's only 200 grand, that one. Now, the big thing about this is you'll be able to muck them out. And what that means in the UK version is shoveling the stuff. Fair enough. Obviously, it all powers up here. I mean, there is a trigger underneath. I mean, it's a little buried, mind you. In all these gates, you can close those and do it that way if you really wanted to. I mean, we'll close that gate. Just like that. Keep all the stuff in between. I mean, you've got your animal dialogue box just there. It's 200 cows in that one. Slowly taken out point there. Then we'll come around this side. There's your input for your feed, your hay, and your TMR. And on the pasture version, on the open field, you drop your straw in there. But what it does is it fills up these. You don't have to put a bale in. You just drop loose straw off and it fills up. Oh, that's excellent. So then we'll come over to the barn version. Again, the same options on all of them. You know, you've got your animal dialogue box, slurry, your manure inside. We'll open up that gate like that. As the latch goes through, there's your manure. Shovel it all out. Jobs are good. And now on this one, the straw and the TMR, or grass or hay, whatever you're feeding it, go into this one, because obviously it hasn't got that bit on the back. Now, both of them have got the milk tank just there, so you will need to open up that gate to get into it. I did find something a little strange about this, but I have found a solution. When I first loaded into this map to put these down, I couldn't get that manure to work. It was coming up 0 all the time. Yeah, and that was a bit of an issue. But what I found the problem was, is the pumps and hoses pack. It coming up there, going to the icon just down the bottom there, it's got manure, and it was coming up manure 0, but separated manure 0 as well. I put my teeth in. So I come out the map, loaded it back in without the pumps and hoses pack, and it's all working fine. So if you're finding you're not getting any manure in this barn, yeah, it's the pump and hoses pack causing a bit of an issue. That being said though, shoveling out your own stuff, that is ace. Love it. Right, next up is the Vaderstat Rapid A800 Special, because obviously that makes it much better. This is by Timber Taz, 15.81 megabyte on the download. You're going to find it under Cedars. So it's got a 3,100 litre capacity, 240 horsepower requirement from your tractor, 8 metre working width, 11 mile an hour working speed, 160 grand all bar a bit of change. Then you've got the options: pipe front tank, standard, pipe, or standard. Puts that in just on the main frame there, fair enough. Then you've got tracker razor, standard, or tracker razor. So that's really going to get rid of the tracks from your tractor. Alright, fair enough. Although that being said, that's tracker razor, is that sort of like a tramline thing? Oh no, I'll tell you what it is, it's raising your tracks, then the Cedars behind it, isn't it? Yeah, fair enough. Then you've got work lights, standard, extra, or standard. Packer wheels, standard or extra. Those on the front like that. You got beacon, standard, beacon. I imagine that's going to be around the back, so spin it around. Yeah, puts it on the back there, just above that Vader stat logo. You got wing wheels, standard, extra, or standard. You got attachers, trailer attacher, or standard. Hey, what trailer on the back? You might be able to pull something else behind. Maybe a roller if that attaches to a trailer, that's all right. And that's your options. Oh, that's an all right cedar, that is. Right, next up is the Seppi M Mini Force CL175. This is by Black Eyes Modding, 14.2 megabyte on the download. You're going to find this under forestry equipment. Now, what this is basically a stump grinder. That's what you're going to be using it for. So it's only got a 1.8 meter working width. You're not going to need it much bigger. 7 mile an hour working speed, 12 grand to buy. The only option you got is to field creation active or inactive. So if you want to chop up some trees and you didn't want to mess the ground up, just turn it off. Yeah, fair enough. Right, next up is the Lemkin Topaz 140. This is by Niku Picks, 3.99 megabyte on the download. You're going to find it under cultivators. So this requires 100 horsepower from your tractor, 3 meter working width, 9 mile an hour working speed. So really sort of small farming shenanigans on the go with that one. Now it's 17.5 grand as standard, although we have got quite a few options that are already there that you, even if you go for the lower versions, they still charge it. All right, we'll carry on. So you then got the option on configuration Avant again, so it takes those wheels off. You then got Avant again, changes those wheels positions. Then Arrière changes them again and again, and then back to the original. You then got signal plate, yes or without the light, front, rear, or no. You then design wing share, flat share, or wing share. And then you got working width 3 meter, 4, or 3. Well, 4 meter would be all right. Yeah, that's fine. Right, next up is the American Flatbed Pack. This is by Gamer Designs, 25.83 megabyte on the download. You're going to find these in a couple of different places. You just come down to your mods and DLCs. It's a lot easier. So we've got the trailers. We've got 2 versions, the normal flatbed and then a shorty version. And you also got a dolly. So if you want to use that for a tractor pull rather than having a semi-trailer, you go for that. Fair enough. So the dolly itself's 4 grand. Then got the option on the wheel setup, off-road, street, or off-road. That's the tyres. Main colour, you go for whichever one you want. So we'll go for the usual, changes the frame. Rim colour obviously does the rims, so we'll go for a chrome. Well, that looks all right. And then obviously these two, go for whichever one you want. One's longer than the other, but they've both got the same options. So we'll go into the long version. So it's going to cost you 22 grand as standard. You then got the option of American flatbed trailer, log bunks, lumber setup, or American flatbed. Then you come down to wheel setups. You've got standard, spread axle, tri-axle, or standard. Racks, none. Forestry rack, headache rack colour, or none. So we'll leave that on. Rear hitch, no. Trailer back attacher, or none. So you leave that on, make a bit of a train. Main colour, so obviously going to do the main colour. So we'll do that there like that. Flatbed rack colour. Oh, let's go for a polished one. Why not? Then rim colour. Obviously does the rims. Now we did have a couple of extra colours to be fair, so we'll put that on. Obviously with the log bunks, you've got the log bunk colour there like that, changes those, fair enough. And then we'll go back for the lumber setup, and that's got the same as the standard one. Fair enough. Obviously all those options are going to be the same on the shorty version. It's just a shorter trailer. This one starts off at 16 grand rather than 22. That's a nice pack, that is. Right, next up is the Lizard Bandeirante Brazil. This is by Conta Comigo Modding, 26.48 megabyte on the download. You're going to find the truck, vehicle, whatever you want to call it, under cars. And then these, yeah, probably just come down your mods and DLCs again. So we'll go into the original bodywork first. Obviously, these two are going to be for the back. 25 grand on that one. And you can change the main colour. So you go for whichever one you want. Changes the main colour. We then got a wooden body. Pretty much the same. You then got 25 grand again. Design on the mud flaps, 2 or 1. You can't really see that's underneath. Ah, there, that's better angle. Fair enough. Main colour, you go for whichever one you want again. And then colour 2, we'll go for chrome, does the side bits. Fair enough. Then we go into the main vehicle itself. So this is the Banderante. So it's going to cost you 55 grand to buy, 200 horsepower, 49 mile an hour top speed. Got the usual shenanigans with the wheel brands and the tyres, although that one looks all right, nice and chunky. Then got sticker design, 1, 2, 3, or 1. Attaches, standard, hitch, or standard. Yes, I put a bit of a hitch on the back. Why not? Main colour, it's obviously going to do the main colour. Colour 2, do a bit of a chrome, does the bumpers. And then design colour, that is going to do the roof. So we'll do that one. Fair enough. Oh, I like that. Very nice. And the last mod for the day is the Lizard T30. This is by Kaztan 18 Hatchback Modding. 27.99 megabyte on the download. You're going to find this under small tractors. So it's got a 32 horsepower engine, 16 mile an hour top speed, 19.5 grand to buy. You can then change the engine setup to the T30 Automat. This gives it an automatic engine. Fair enough. To the turbo, gives it a 35. Or the turbo automatic, and then back to the T30. Let's go for the turbo, 35 horsepower. Usual shenanigans with the wheel brands and the tyres again. Then got front weight, so we've got front attacher, 40 kilo, 80, 120, nothing, or back to front attacher. Wheel weights, 90, 132, 148, or nothing. Front fenders, no. Metal, plastic, or no. Then back window, standard, metal, or no. We've got work lights, yes or no. Puts those on the back like that. Fair enough. Then got mud flaps again, no. Short, long, mega. Short, long, or mega. Oh, I like that, mega. That's ace. Covers, no or yes. Just covers up the sides of the engine. And that's the battery box, really. All right, fair enough. Attachers, type 2, 3, 4, 1, and then back to 2. So it just changes the width for those. And then we've got cabin. So we've got none, mirrors type 1, mirrors type 2, or nothing. And then you've got hood and front lights, standard, no dummy grille, lights type 2, no grille and lights type 2, no hood. Oh, that looks all right. That does look all right. Exposed engine. Fair enough. Then we've got engine colour. That does the engine and the frame, mind you. Change that to, go for that. Right, fair enough. Fenders and hood colour is it's going to be a red. It's red, red, or red. Old dummy grille, we haven't got it on, to be fair, so we need to put that back on. Where do we get to? There you are. So that changes the dummy grille there. And we come back down to wheel weights colour. We haven't got the wheel weights on, but obviously that would change those if you had them on. And then wheel weights colour 2. We haven't got the wheel weights on. All right, fair enough. Rim colour, obviously going to do the rims. I mean, that's a nice old school tractor, especially if you take the hood off as well. That's excellent. Right, we've also got 2 maps. So we've got the American Farmlands by TK Farms, and it says it's a sandbox style map for those with a creative imagination. Oh, that looks all right. And the second map is Hills of Tuscany by Johnny X Pro, and this is ace. It says every story has a secret to tell and experience. This map is set in Italian territory. Oh, I like that. That is very nice. So we've got a few updates as well. We've got the Case IH Axial Flow Series by Map26, the Class Convio Flex Pack by Gef25, the Corsetto SPL Pack by DD Mod Passion, the 30-foot flatbed auto-loading trailer pack by Mac Trucker 921, the Fliegel Dolly EA by HR Forst and Falkenbau, the Fliegel Combi Baler Fork by Rick Black Label TWD Modding, and the Rally Track pack by Zeris Holtz Welton. This is a current testing list that Giants are working on for console. Now there's 27 on there, so that's all right indeed. Right, so that's your mods done for you. Drop in the comments below which one's your favourite. We'll see what people are looking at. If you haven't already, hit the subscribe button. It's muchly appreciated. But for me, that's it for today, and I'll see you in the next one.